So the next thing I'm going to do with this truck is I'm going to take it apart, basically look where I can put all the lights, take all the pieces apart so I can get it ready for painting, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so I got the Humvee taken apart, got a few external pieces like antennas taken off that don't really need to be painted, and I also took apart all the other pieces so I was able to see what lighting I could put into this. I could figure out where to run the lighting, what size of LEDs to do, and I had a few complications along the way, mostly getting the plastic main part of the body off, which is actually this part, mainly because the brake lights, they were screwed in with, well, kind of screwed in backwards, to be honest, to take it off, and it was really a challenge to pull it off, but I finally did, as you see here, so this will be easier to paint, and I didn't want to take out the brake lights here just because it would be a little hard to paint without them and then get them back in, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tape them off, but now I have perfect holes from those screws to run a 3mm LED. So, overall, I have a lighting design in my head already, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my lighting design in my head, put it down on some concept images that I've taken, and then that'll tell me how many LEDs I have, what colors they're going to be, and that's going to help me later down the road when I'm soldering the LEDs together for what the lighting design is going to look like. So let's get started. Alright, so I just finished up doing the lighting concept there, and that's really going to serve as a guide for me on what LEDs I wanted to do in the first place, what LEDs I need to buy, and then when I'm putting it together, putting the LEDs in, and when I'm soldering them to the circuit board, that helps me keep track of what outputs and what colors go where. So it's a really helpful tool for me. I know it's pretty overboard on planning, but that's just what I like to do. So from this stage, I'm going to go ahead and start drilling for those LEDs before I paint so I don't mess up the paint later on. And then I'm going to start prepping the model for painting. So I'm going to sand some of the body, and then I'm also going to tape off areas that I didn't remove or wasn't able to remove. That way painting will go pretty smooth. So let's get started.